unceded, unsurrendered, territorial land of the Mi'kmaq here in beautiful Wagimaw First Nation. And I may get emotional, but that's all right. I'm human. After tonight, you're never going to make me cry. I have spoken in many different places, and tonight I stand before you as your first female chief of our community. This is my first official speech, but not the last. I didn't want to speak until I took the oath of chief. In 2004, I took the oath as a counselor with our electoral officer, and I took absolute honor to that oath. That I will do my absolute best, that I will uphold the honor and integrity as a counselor, and I believe I have. You just witnessed me taking the oath, but this time as your chief. Thank you for your faith and trust that you have shown me all these years. And I will tell you tonight, I am a workhorse. I will put all that I have into this job that you have given me. I have learned so much over the years, and I know my voice is strong, and my passion for injustice is even stronger. I promise to our community to do the best that I have within me. And as you witness our 10 amazing counselors take their oath, you will see that every one of them brings something unique to the table. We are all proud, too, to let you know that we will be coming to the community. We aren't afraid, and I'm not afraid, so we're going to begin this journey together. I want to congratulate a friend of mine, and she's here, Mayor Brenda. My friend, you raised the bar. And to Amanda McDougall as the first female mayor in Sydney, and to all those elected in the municipal elections, congratulations. I want to acknowledge a few very important women in this room. Some of them are not in this room, but hopefully don't see me. The first female councillor in our community was Annie Gould. Then came Josephine Gugu, Margaret Pollack, Margaret's over there. Myself, I came in as the fourth woman, Katie Michael fifth, Jennifer Boo as the sixth. Then after my maternity leave, I came back as the seventh. I want to let all the women who ran for council and worked hard at campaigning to not call this a defeat or a loss. This is a stepping stone. It's a learning curve. This is your start of your name. This is the start of your political journey. Keep going. Don't give up. And remember something very important. This is not my first attempt at chief. This won't be our last attempt at council. And remember this very important fact, that women belong at all tables where decisions are being made. And speaking of women, I want to acknowledge my mom. Look at her face. I just saw her eyes over really big. Mom, you're my rock. You're my support. You have shown me love and lifted me when I was down. And Mom, I love you. You're one strong woman who raised a very strong woman, and I have a bouquet of flowers for you. Come on up, Mom. I'm not done speaking yet, though I have to wait for my mother. Come on up, Mom. So to my husband and my children, I want to let my children know, Allie, Angie, and Avery, aka Coco, what I do in this world is because of you guys. The injustices that I've seen over the years and the generations of colonization that our women carry, our men carry, our children carry from the grief and trauma from it. I don't want our children to grow up in the same world that we are growing up in, that we grew up in, and our mothers and our grandmothers grew up in. It's time to change the course of history. And that's why I do the things I do. And to Gus, if there ever was an award to win Father of the Year, you would win hands down every year. You support all my crazy ideas, and you just let me do my thing. I just want to say thanks, Gus, you're awesome. So I want to tell you a story, and it might take time, but it will tell you how I became a counselor, a president, and a chief. In 2004, I asked my brother if he'd mind if I ran for council. He didn't mind. He said, you should go for it. I think you'd be a good leader. So I ran and I got elected. And of course, I ran for chief and I lost. Thank God I did, because I wasn't ready. I'm ready now, and I trust my voice. My words are strong. I have broken history numerous times in the last few years. I had a national agenda changed at a summit to add MMIWG and made history. I became president of Nova Scotia Native Women, the first woman in Nunamadi in 50 years. I made history. I won a national leadership award for my leadership skills in Canada. The first win for any Indigenous woman, first place. I made history. I lobbied the province of Nova Scotia and a bill was passed that promised equality for our Mi'kmaq women and girls. I made history. And to my dad, my girl, my best friend, your baby girl made history, Dad. You'd be proud to know that I am the chief. Woo! I want to give a huge shout out to Nova Scotia Native Women's Association, and I might break down. And I see Jamie Mike staring at me over here. She's part of my journey right from the get-go with Nova Scotia Native Women, so is Phyllis. Early one Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m., I received a phone call from Chief Rod. And I don't care how many votes you get in elected as councillor, if the chief calls you at 6:30 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday, you answer it. So I answered it. And he said, Annie, I need you to attend a meeting for me. It's with Nova Scotia Native Women's. I said, there's no way I'm attending that meeting. He said, please just go. They could use a little bit of their leadership skills. Just go and observe. Well, I went to observe and I got nominated to sit on the executive board. Thanks, Chief. I had 2 minutes to give a speech where I felt that would be a good choice for the board that made the decisions and plans and executed those decisions. And believe me when I tell you, I wasn't the cool kid in that room. That was pretty apparent when everyone knew that I was a 9-act band counselor from Winnipeg. I was amongst very strong women who stand on the front lines, fighting for us, our lands, our waters, our rights. I was with the grassroots who rise to every single occasion, good or bad. I was amongst our strongest female warriors that we have in Mi'kmaq. But from those 2 minutes that I spoke, I was elected as secretary on the executive board for Nova Scotia Native Women's. And I think I'm allowed to say some of this, but when I did find out the status of Nova Scotia Native Women's, I said I quit. I don't want my name associated with this. I said I can't. But he chased me outside and he told me the history of Clara Gould, hitchhiking from community to community. And she did that to gather and rally the women. They formed an association called the Nova Scotia Native Women's Association. They told me of Helen Martin, whose nephew, Senator Dan Christmas, typed all her letters of advocacy. These women were the pioneers of leaders who paved the path to fight Bill C-31. They recognized our own people should be involved in child welfare. Mi'kmaq family was formed. They recognized our women deserve a shot at business, and Ilnaweg was formed. These women were pioneers. They were just the epicenter of where our advocacy started from. And they did it at a time when a woman's voice meant nothing, but they made it something. After I heard those stories, I jumped in head first, and we had nothing. We were borrowing money to hitchhike from, not hitchhike, but borrowing money to get from meeting to meeting. And Jamie will tell you, we would pool our resources. But you know what? Through hard work, we made Nova Scotia Native Women's Association the #1 Native Women's Association in Canada right now. Woo! I want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine. And we hired her as an executive director. To me, she's the smartest human being I've ever met. She is someone I consider the best friend. Something about us clicked from the beginning. Our passion for our women and girls was strong and equal to one another's. Our minds were able to bounce ideas off and put them into action. And to Karen Pictou, I hope she's watching. She was supposed to be here, but she got sick. You mean the absolute world to me. Last October, I was elected president of Nova Scotia Native Women's, and I am recognized as one of Canada's leading advocates. And I'll be chairing one last meeting with Nova Scotia Native Women's at the end of this month. But guess what, Nova Scotia Native Women's, I'm coming back. I will be the lead chief for Nova Scotia Native Women's Association. I know, I'm happy. Chief get approved. It is really hard to speak of my accomplishments out loud, and it really is. But it shows you a brief snapshot of who I am and how my leadership skills are. And to all the women who are part of Nova Scotia Native Women, to shape me, to give me the confidence, the skills and love that I have for every one of you, I will miss you. I'm going to miss every woman associated with Nova Scotia Native Women's Association. And I'm going to ask Jamie and Michael to please come up, Ms. Phyllis Lugo to please come up to accept a bouquet of flowers on behalf of myself for Nova Scotia Native Women. Mama's there. With all these skills that I've gained over the last few years, it's now time for me to bring them home. I'm going to work hard. I'm already working hard. To me, this is a job given to me by the community, and it's a job that I'll do the best with every capability that I have, a job that I will lead from my heart. The #1 question that I've been asked is, how do you feel? I said, I just feel like me. I don't feel any different, to be honest. I just feel like me, and I already know I'm a workhorse. I'll take this job, and I'll take this title, and you know what? I'm going to work hard for you. Myself and the council will be coming to you for community meetings. Be kind. We're gonna be brave. We're gonna do this. So let's do this together. Our first meeting, I don't have a date yet, but they're working on it. We'll be on the #1 question, #1 issue, and the biggest myth in our community. I wonder if you guys can guess what it is. Land claims. That's right. So we're gonna bring you up to speed on the status of our file. Our lawyer will be here. Canada's negotiators will be here. They'll be probably zooming in. But you can finally ask your questions right to the source and get the answers that you're looking for. And that's coming to you hopefully early in November. Once we coordinate everybody's dates, it's coming. So we're ready. So I want to congratulate the 10 men who I will be working with. To me, they are all great people. They all bring a unique set of assets to the table, and they are ready to work, and I'm going to put them to work, so that's good. And you're all amazing human beings, every one of them. I want to thank Emma. Where is Emma? She moved. Okay, Emma. Emma right there. Emma, you always kick it up 10,000 notches when you put your heart and soul into everything. I appreciate everything you've done this week and everything you do for the community of Wagamama every single time. Thank you, Emma. You're awesome. I've been working closely with Emma in the last couple of weeks, and she can tell you I have a very strong work ethic. And Robert Bernard as our MC and organizer, the women's drum group, Sue Evans for swearing us in, Grand Chief for the opening prayer. Malik is going to do the closing prayer. And to Morgan and his friend, thank you. To Charlene's, thank you. To Kelly and Robert and your girls, thank you for being here and making sure that you're capturing all these moments. I want to thank Chief Rod as well. I love you, Chief. Always will. I want to thank you for all for coming tonight and being a part of history and making sure that we all know, like I said, women belong at all tables where decisions are being made. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm not done. I'm not done yet. I want to call up Mayor Brenda. I have a bouquet of flowers for you, Mayor Brenda.